Hey everybody. So we know
Duke's done.
Yeah, it's the laundry. So I know we've gotten a lot of questions today with people wondering how the visit went with Duke yesterday. So we just wanted to do a quick video tonight. Didn't do it last night because it was Halloween.
It was late. Long drive back.
We didn't get home until almost 9:30, I think.
8 hours? 8 to...
Oh my God, it was
6
a long
hours.
drive back.
It was 6 hours of meetings at Duke. We got there at 8 o'clock. They took us right back. And literally, we were leaving at 2:30, I think. So, and it was constantly people coming in and going through information with us and education and great questions and really, really impressive.
You always really like to jump ahead. I really was just talking about getting back at 9 or 9:30. Time to have a Halloween cocktail. Like that's it. Now, so Duke was good. I know we've got people like freaking out a little bit because we haven't said anything about it, but Duke was impressive, and I'm really glad that we went. They run it really, really like a CF clinic, so it was awesome. We got there, they were like, first of all dressed up. They were all dressed up in Halloween costumes, which was even the neuro-oncologist, for real.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool. Yeah, the staff was all dressed like Grease. I'm gonna turn that dishwasher off real quick.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's distracting me. Like really bad. I need to focus right now. There's a lot going on in my mind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So they were dressed as Grease, and it was really cool. Except the neuro-onc, she was dressed as like a hippie.
Or maybe she was Rizzo or something.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't part of the Grease. She did her own thing. But it was awesome. We were there for a really long time, but I was so impressed with the process. Like they literally, we were in a room, they took turns coming in. We met with so many people, including social work, including a child life specialist who wanted to see how the kids were handling all of this, and that was just really very cool. And the social worker was hilarious because she's definitely not used to RCing. She's definitely not used to someone who has an awesome team at work and can keep things rolling. She's not used to somebody who has their own research team and their own nutritionist and their own, grandmama doing all this stuff at home.
Tons of support. Definitely wasn't used to
They're not used to
the
that.
Child
They're not. And literally we made the social worker cry when we were telling her all the stories about you guys. She literally started crying, and she was like, oh my God, I don't ever cry about this, but this is amazing. You guys clearly have an amazing support group, and we do. You guys are awesome. So it's kind of fun to brag about you guys for a minute. That's your phone. Could there be more noises in this house right now? There could be, because the kids could be awake. So it was really good, and I was just really impressed with them.
Yeah.
Really impressed.
So you want to get to kind of what the bottom line was? What's what people want here?
You go.
No, you.
No, you go.
Okay. So kind of what we expected. A lot of great information. We didn't expect to go there and hear anything that was like, oh wow, we've got the silver bullet. This thing is exactly what you want. The more we've been in this world, the more we realize that a lot of the trials that they're running are really after regrowth. So you go through the radiation, the chemo, and then you take a few weeks off, and then you go back either on chemo or something else.
He really wants to talk to you right now. Are you seriously going to talk to
Hi, Sean.
Oh my God.
I'm on Facebook right now doing a video. So should we?
No, you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
I'll call you back.
So that's part of the thing. So these are things we don't know. Actually, the day that we left for Emory, we went to Emory and then left for Duke. I know I said on the last video that I was quite mad. I was quite mad at Emory. But one of the things I was mad about, and what I said to them is, you people are acting as though we know this world, and we don't know this world. So don't leave information out. Don't assume we know all this stuff. Like, you got to tell us these little things. So we found out a lot of these pieces that we didn't know at Duke.
Yeah.
Like, simple things. How to handle chemo, and the fact that you shouldn't put it in a pill sorter. I already bought pill sorters. That's what I was planning on doing. That's what I know how to do. If I'm giving it to them, wear gloves so I don't get any residual effects from chemo on my hands. If you're...
Lori Holland just signed in.
Oh,
Thank you, Lori, for
Lori.
that basket today is
Amazing.
awesome. Really awesome.
Yes.
It's good stuff.
And like, if you have pets, keep your toilet seat down, the cover down, because if the pets might drink out of the toilet, they're gonna also risk getting toxic effects of chemo. Nobody said that to us before, and we have the chemo sitting right over there on our counter. So things like that we were like, what? How do we not know this yet? And that's a little frustrating.
They're very well organized.
Very well organized.
Yeah. And they went through, the oncologist went through her recommendation. She took a look at everything. Again, like everybody has said, another shout out to Dr. Olson for the retraction and the surgery. They're like, they got everything that they could have gotten. We see nothing on the MRI, and you probably have heard that before. So that was good. And she said, hey, I would suggest we want to do radiation first, and then we're going to want to do chemo. And then we're like, well, we've heard all this before. And then she got into some of the studies that they're doing, that they have, that would fit. One of them was interesting, but not really a big game changer. Plus, it would mean we'd have to do all of the stuff at Duke. And to her credit, she's like, look, you know, it's good, but it's
she was like, it's not great enough for you to move here
to have
and be away from your family.
Yeah,
and
8 weeks or something like that. And then they have another one that is on the backside of all the chemo and everything else that is a lot more interesting. I don't know if I qualify for it yet. I have to do a blood test. But it's about vaccines, right? So they basically do for 20 months or 18 months after you do the chemo and the radiation, these injections in your legs, one injection in both legs. Each leg, yeah. And that is designed to go after this CMV virus.
So if you carry this virus, apparently, never heard of it, but apparently 80% of the population's exposed to it, and about 30% of the people they test for it for this particular study actually test positive. You have to test positive in order to be in the study. So, one bad thing about Duke is he actually got his blood taken at Duke, and for some reason, even though it was a full vial of blood, it wasn't a viable
they messed up
sample.
on the blood draw. So we got to go redraw that, and it's a bit of a mess. But the reality is, what that study is trying to prove is, hey, if we put in this, this
whatever it is.
Yeah, it's this shot, which is basically like
a
vaccine. Mm-hmm. Then your body is going to go, oh, there's the target I want to go after. And oh, by the way, guess what absorbs that, whatever it is, CMV, that tumor, this glio tumor has it in there. So then the body goes and attacks.
Cytomegalovirus.
Yeah, thank you, Jess.
Or CMV.
Yeah, so then the virus gets attacked by the body, and the virus is inside the glio, so the glio gets attacked. And it's brilliant, right? That's kind of some of the stuff that what we're kind of looking for. We're interested in, but there's some restrictions on that, and there's some issues with the study that we want to do here at Emory. So again, we've got more decisions to make. We really thought we'd have a fairly clear idea as of yesterday, but instead we do have a pretty good idea, but there's still not a lot of clarity right away. The biggest thing, we'll go into that later, right?
Well, one of the things we're trying to do, and the reasons why we're doing it, I'm moving this a little bit because it's cutting one of us off, is we talked about this today. Or like, we didn't live last night because it's Halloween. We knew everybody's busy. Then today we're like, well, do we want to go today because we don't know what in the hell we're doing. We still don't know what in the hell we're doing, even though I'm glad we went to Duke, and I think
And
it was
we
still
know
the right
there's-
choice to go.
There's going to be great options there later also. And that's
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
in
where a
their
lot of the
system.
studies are, and they're like, you're a patient of ours now.
Yeah.
Call us if you need us. Email
Yeah,
us. if you
they're
need us. Really
amazing.
good. Yeah.
And so really glad we did that. But then we were talking and we're like, you know what? Right now, who knows about this? Unless you've been there, done that. Right now is a pretty freaking stressful, sucky time because we still don't know what we're gonna do. And I think we know.
Yeah. So the big thing I think is and it was kind of one of the things that we wanted to get across in today's video. This kind of living in this cancer world. One of the things that's really hard in the brain cancer world anyway, is we don't know where to go. There's there's standard care and everybody gets it. But oh, by the way, if you change the standard care, that might preclude you from being able to do something later on. And oh, by the way, if you get some sort of trial in the beginning of standard care, which isn't really normally happens, then almost definitely you're precluded from studies that you can do unless you regrow. So unless the cancer comes back, then you don't, it's like everyone's like, yeah, man, you've already been...
It's like you're tainted.
Yeah, you're tainted.
So
you can't be used.
it's like you have to weigh the options so carefully. Like, are you burning bridges now? So if you guys remember, we were going to do that study at Emory, that is the high resolution MRI, and radiation burst instead of just standard dose. And that's when we found out at Duke that if we do that, because we were like, oh, we'll go do that, then we'll do the CMV after, because it goes after radiation. And they're like, no. If you do the Emory one, you can't participate in the CMV study if you do qualify because you didn't get standard of care.
But we don't know if you qualify. So
we don't have to qualify.
But if you do, and oh, by the way, also if you do the Emory thing, remember that I call it my arc reactor. The Optune thing that's got the stuff on your head and an electric thing. You can't use that, which it's already FDA approved. It's in standard care in some places, but it's not true standard of care. So you use that thing and you can't be in our study either.
Out of studies.
So now we're like, okay, so with one tool that's actually FDA approved, you won't let me use that because I'm going to be in this study and you say it's going to taint me. It's like, what? And oh, by the way, can't use any naturopathic stuff. They're like, well, maybe vitamin D, I'm like, what?
Or a multivitamin.
Yeah, well, you take a multivitamin. So it's a maze.
So it's literally
an absolute maze.
You're like, do you take the chance on the burst radiation and hope that does it, and then just say we're out of anything else going forward, and then but we can use the opportunity. We can use all of our. They already said we could use our naturopathic.
Almost
of it. So that feels like we're using a lot of different angles of ammunition, which is what we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do with the boys, and feeling like you can kind of attack it from a lot of different angles, but there's nothing really that shows that the increased radiation actually does anything.
Makes sense especially for what I've got and what's going on. But so anyway, there's a lot of irons in the fire. And then today, this morning, Lisa, my sister, Lisa and Jess are doing the research stuff. Came back with a whole nother litany of like 2 or 3 other tests.
Problem is, studies are opening and closing every damn day.
All the time.
So we could skip the standard stuff at Emory so that we can qualify and still do the CMV. But by the time we get around to doing the CMV, they could have closed. They could be gone.
Or I could have blood stuff come back that says no, now you don't qualify any longer. So it is
literally, y'all. It's like.
Did you just say y'all?
I did.
All right.
You people, you guys.
She said y'all.
I said y'all. I'm so tired.
Anyway, it's confusing.
It is.
It's a lot of stuff that we're just trying to figure out, and we'll pick a lane.
We have to pick a lane.
We're going to be picking a lane. We'll talk about. Tomorrow is going in and we're doing a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of pressure because what if we choose wrong?
Yeah. What if 3 months from now I'm doing great? Everything's fine, no regrowth, everything's clean, and there's another some really cool study or something that comes out that goes, hey, we've got this vaccine that we can personally make for you, using the glio that we took out of your head and being able to go ahead and make a compound for you like they make the flu compound every year, to fight against the
Personalized
flu,
medicine.
but instead it's going to make it for you as an individual with all the markers that you have and everything else. Well, there's a guy out in Germany that's already doing that. Now it's $400,000 or $500,000 to have that.
If we want to go to Germany,
Hey, it's Shamrock, right? But it's always Shamrock and it's always CF. We're never changing that. It's always
we're
been
not
CF.
taking that money.
Nope. So tomorrow we're going to move forward with the stuff on with Emory, and they're going to do this really cool enhanced MRI, and they're going to see if I qualify, because maybe the enhanced MRI comes back, and if I'm really still clean, like there's nothing left in there that even the enhanced MRI can see, then they're like, oh, you're kicked out of the study.
Well, they won't. We can't do the study anyway.
You can't do it. So,
but that would be
that
a
would
really
be
good
awesome.
thing.
That would be
That would be a really good.
That would be great. That would be
Let's
great.
think on that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So
Why not?
You guys can all have good thoughts about
Let's
the MRI
all
coming back.
put out into the universe that tomorrow with the super duper MRI, it's gonna be clean.
Wow, man! The
Do you
surgeon
even
was
have
amazing.
brain cancer?
Like, where did they
We
go?
don't think you do.
We don't even know. That Reiki you were doing was amazing. We did a great Reiki session tonight. It was really good.
Oh my God, it's way too much.
So that's tomorrow. And do you have anything else written down there?
Well, we heard back from MD Anderson because
right.
we're trying to get in with them, and they booked an
Hey, babe.
appointment.
Hey, there's
Hi,
my Beanie. She's online. She likes this.
She's so uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable in front
I
of
am
camera.
selfie
No,
mode.
I only knew that there was a live because Emma Snapchatted me, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's my mom and dad." So
Oh
anyway,
my God.
Oh my God.
Do you want to hang out with us?
You wanna listen?
Anyway, oh
Sure.
my God. So, MD Anderson booked an appointment for us to go to Texas on Tuesday.
oh, nice.
All right. So I emailed them and said, okay, we've been able to talk to these other people over the phone. Like, we don't know if you have anything for us. Are we going to delay treatment another week?
It's not like you can see me and make a decision. You got all my stuff.
You've
You
got
can
all
see
the
everything.
path reports. You got the images. You have everything. They have everything. And they said, no.
No, gotta come.
You
Gotta
gotta be
fly
in
here,
person.
and because they want to sell you a little bit, probably.
Probably.
I'm thinking,
But
but it's
Let us know
it's
if you
another
have a
door.
damn study that we even qualify
Yeah,
for.
exactly. And by that time, again, we're way down the pathway on this first iteration. So, but it's another door open, and that's kind of what we've been trying to do, is open as many doors as we can, and get the research team with their hands in all those things, and then making sure that if we need them later, fantastic. We've got them lined up like cordwood, hopefully, and we can figure it out, and hopefully maybe even before then.
So tomorrow, Beanie, you could make more noise. That would be amazing.
I'm just getting ice cream. I was trying to find
Oh
a
my
scoop.
God.
Wait, Mom made me turn the dishwasher off. So she's very sensitive to this.
Oh my God.
Production is important here.
It's
No,
important.
I'm just getting ice cream.
Apparently, it's not important that I take a shower.
No!
Oh my God.
It's okay. I'm still eating it. Don't worry. I don't need ice cream.
Not important that I take a shower.
All right,
I
so
can shower.
I know. So I don't know.
Just figure it
What are
out.
we leaning for? What are we leaning toward?
we know what we're doing. We're going.
So
we're
tomorrow we're going to get a regular MRI at St. Joe's.
Right, we're getting
to
this
get a
mask
baseline.
made also.
Going
that
to get
I've
a
gotta have
mask
for
made.
radiation.
Going to get the SMRI, and
then-
everybody's gonna put into the universe that there's nothing on it and it's clean, and then they're gonna say
You're going.
you don't qualify for this,
Or they say
and that takes that off the table, and then we get blood work done, and then they say maybe you're CMV positive, maybe you're CMV negative, and then we'll
We go from there.
cross that bridge when we get there.
Right, So
In
the
the
docs will
meantime.
look tomorrow at the basic MRI, and then they look at the SMRI on Monday or Tuesday, and we have another meeting on Tuesday with another oncologist, and then they're kind of set to start radiation and chemo.
Okay.
My God.
Okay, the dog's on script me. You're lucky that my dad didn't come when I was That would have made even more noise.
This is life. This is actual life. No, this guy
Oh
Agostini.
my.
Agostini calls me
Are you
twice,
kidding me?
and he comes through the
Sean
door.
Agostini.
I told you I was on Facebook video. You don't even know
Come
what that
say
is.
hi. He's
I'm
not even
saying
on
hello.
Facebook.
Does that mean I can't come over?
No, it means you're interrupting.
That means you
Don't
can't
mean to
make all the
interrupt.
damn
That's
dogs
all right.
bark.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
my.
Mom, watch your mouth.
Okay.
We don't
Anyway.
use that language in my house.
We don't. Luggage. I think John should be allowed to make noise now.
So,
And then now my dog is barking from hearing your dog bark.
That's great.
Damn. That's the plan tomorrow.
right, and then chemo and radiation probably starts either Thursday
yeah,
next week or
no.
probably that's what I heard today. I got new information.
Oh.
Thursday
you didn't
or
share that with me.
well, I was going to Thursday of next week, but more than likely it's Monday of the following week. That's really when they're targeting it. But
Everybody's dogs are barking now.
yeah, they don't know. They don't know exactly when it'll be because they got to set it all up. All right. What else?
Mom, I got it on video.
Okay, that's
Awesome.
good. That's good. Just,
Okay, so yeah, that's the game plan. So my head hurts from overthinking. That's what my head hurts from.
and my head hurts from news that we got that was horrible.
Yeah.
Our CF family is always battling, to keep CF at bay, and one of the people that has been a inspiration and a champion in everything that she's been doing is Leanne Rittenbaum.
Yeah, Rittenbaum opt.
Yeah, and Scott, who is the
Dear friends.
yeah,
Dear
great friends and
here.
been friends in the CF community with us for a long, long time. She had a double lung transplant in January, and they did a great job keeping us up to date on what was going on. And you can't even imagine the challenges that they had. At every turn, it's like every day it was a new thing that was just difficult and complicated. And literally, we were going to Duke, and Scott's like, "Hey, look up Leanne. She's
Here's
still
her
up
number.
there. And here's
Call
her
her
number.
if you
Call
need
if you need her."
anything.
Anything.
That was
yesterday.
Tuesday on our way up. Yeah.
Yesterday. And today she passed away. So, our heart goes out to the Rittenbaums and the whole family and the CF community. The way that these kids fight CF is an inspiration for me, and it's tough. That's tough.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
So, as we said in one of our previous videos, we are still getting to fight. So we're grateful for that. So send up some prayers for the Rittenbaum family, please. Prayers and thoughts. Because
Yeah.
not okay.
No. Well, my stuff will be what it'll be, but they need it tonight more than I do.
So,
That's
another reason why I drink a lot of wine.
She does. She does. All right. Well, I think we'll sign off on that, unfortunately, very sad note. But it is our reality. And when you're fighting these kinds of diseases, we always know that it's there. And it makes us fight even harder.
Yep.
For our boys and for everybody who's dealing with CF and, the cancer community now that we're now part of. And we'll keep you guys up to date. Thanks for all your thoughts and kind gifts and, food and
Booze.
booze. This booze keeps coming. Like this morning,
God.
it was a total mystery gift that was
I
at our
know.
door.
I don't even know who left that. They didn't even know. If you left us a note
Yeah, with
with a
wine
bottle
for
of
her
wine.
and coffee for her. I got nothing. I got one. I got it. I think it says "kick some ass," which is nice.
You
That's a
did.
good little inspirational piece to
You
it.
did. You got a Redskins blanket today.
Oh yeah, that was Lori.
Yeah,
Lori Holland,
Mhm.
and she's
You got stuff.
she gave me some good stuff.
She gave you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I got.
So anyway, thank y'all so
Yeah.
much. Appreciate you following the journey and asking and sending wishes and praying and vibing it out.
Yep, we're gonna go get them tomorrow, and
We still have great faith. I
Every
just
day
wish we
after
knew what
that.
the hell we're doing.
yeah,
That'll make things easier.
we got a little bit better idea today than yesterday,
We do.
but not much.
Not much.
Yeah.
But I'm
All
glad
right.
we went. But anyway, we'll let you know when
Those
we
are updates.
know.
Thanks.
That's our update. Love you guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
See if you can get it this time.
I'm gonna get it. 1, 2, 3.